Good evening everyone and welcome to races 70 to 72 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship. We've headed back to Great Britain and we're here tonight at the Silverstone circuit, the national layout, where the British Touring Car Championship will be racing this weekend. I'm Adam Bath and alongside me is Alex Simpson. Alex, Silverstone National Circuit, not too many corners, very fast in these Kia Optimas, and that's going to make for lots of slipstreaming and some great racing.
Yeah, this is going to be a great race. Many times has the series been here and many times we've had some epic fun, so let's hope once again that the series delivers some of the fantastic racing we've seen in some previous weeks.
Well, let's have a look at the championship standings heading into this race meeting. Wojciech Swidovic, 575 points ahead of David Baker in second position. Stelin Chepelevsky is in third, Jamie Rushworth up to fourth, and Alex Smolensky in fifth. Andreas Katz has dropped 2 positions down to sixth, Lee Thompson seventh, Simon Field in eighth, Daniel Hunt in ninth, and Kip Stevens rounding out the top 10. One big notice though, Alex, is that Sebastian Job, probably the winningest driver of the season so far, has dropped outside the top 10 after last week.
Yeah, it just goes to show one bad meeting puts you outside the top 10. It's ridiculously close in there now as well. So those are obviously the drivers fighting for the honours in the chase. Of course, Sebastian's still in the chase because of courtesy of the amount of wins that he's got. So, but I'm sure he'll want to get back into the top 10, so those points count that he's got for the podium.
Yeah, and then as the rounds progress, this showdown format is going to become more and more important. The showdown positions are set based on the podium credits and of course the number of wins, and if the chase was to start today, Wojciech Swidovic would be at the top. He has won the most races this season, 14, and then Sebastian Job with his 9 wins, he would be up there as well. Andreas Katz 7 wins, Simon Field 6, Jamie Rushworth and Daniel Hunt both have 5, David Baker 1, Alex Smolensky 2, and Lee Thompson 1 win, and Kip Stevens 2 as well. We're not too far away from going down to the grid for the first race of the evening, so let's have a look at the starting grid after qualifying. Wojciech Swidovic on pole position with a 57.593. Alex Smolensky second on the grid, very good job for him in the Laser Tools car. Daniel Hunt in third, Jerome Kaiser 4th, Jamie Fluke 5th, Colin Cunniff 6th, Jamie Rushworth 7th, Jake Blackhall in 8th, David Baker 9th and Stelin Chepelevsky in 10th, Rob Fagg 11th, Michael Shellback 12th, Andreas Katz 13th, Daniel Kraft 14th, Ben Palmer 15th, Sebastian Job down in 16th, missed out on the top 15 shootout there. Rusty Laidler 17th, Rael Fowler 18th, Steve Hefford 19th, Lee Thompson 20th, 21st Paul Smith, Kip Stevens 22nd, Pete Newman 23rd, Laura Bond 24th, Julian Janowski 25th, Timo Vesendel 26th, Steve Richardson 27th, Steve Walker 28th, Stephen Burke 29th and Dan Blake 30th. Martin van Loozenhoorn, he took a win last time out at Road America. Quite surprising that victory. He's in 31st on the grid. Robert Plumley 32nd. John Roberts 33rd. Richard Gore 34th. 35th Scott Malcolm. 36th Matthew Bunn. 37th Robert Graham. 38th Sean Cole. 39th Mike Mason. 40th Charlie Sears. 41st Lee Berridge. 42nd Brian Blackford. 43rd, Juha Pekalami, and in the cars that did not set a time, Simon Field, Andrew Brown, Linus Bostrom, Jay Wright and Chaz Dracot. Alex, those drivers starting outside the top 15, the likes of Sebastian Job, how hard is it going to be for them to get up inside that top 10? Because there's not too many places to overtake here.
No, not at all. Once the train starts to pick up, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to make any moves. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. How this is going to play out, I'm really not sure.
Well, we're not too far away from finding out. Wojciech Swidovic, he's taken a few wins this season, 14, but will he be able to get one in race 1? That is the thing. He hasn't appeared on the grid yet, but he will be momentarily. Alex Smolensky has only taken 2 wins this season, one at Okayama as well. That was quite a good win from him in Laser Tools colours, and we'll see if he's able to get a good start off the front row and challenge the season 6 champion heading into turn 1. 21 laps of the Silverstone circuit, quite a short lap, under a minute as we've seen in qualifying, and we are almost set to go. 11 incidents as always. That disqualification limit, some drivers might be running the risk of that if they get too many off tracks going through cops. Wojciech Swidovic, there you can see, has taken his position on the grid. and not too long now we will get the lights above the gantry and the race will be underway.
Just waiting for a couple more drivers to take to the grid. I think few will be starting from the back. There's a few penalties weren't there needed to be served, so here we go though.
Here we go then. Race 70 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship is underway. Good start from Wojciech Savidovic away from the line. Has Alex Smolenski been able to get alongside him? No, he hasn't. Daniel Hunt trying to look down the inside to get third position as well as they head into Copse for the first time. And Smolenski has taken it. Smolenski has taken the lead from Wojciech Savidovic, heading down towards Maggots and Beckett's. This is where everything funnels down, very tight indeed. And Smolenski has been able to hold on, so a change for the lead already. Alex, Wojciech Savidovic in the past has not got the best of starts, and once again it seems to have affected him.
Yeah, Smolenski got an absolute cracker off the line there. There was a little instant going into Copse a lot further back. Everyone seemed to manage to sort of get through it alright. Just a couple of cars involved there. Just saw the smoke in the background, but yeah, great from Smolenski. Just needs to hold on to it. Dan Hunt just getting a little sideways there through Beckett's.
Colin Cunniff and Jamie Fluke going side by side through Luffield. Jamie Fluke able to get past the Friction Racing car. Now Jamie Rushworth sets his sight on him as well as they head through Wicket and round to complete the first lap. Wojciech Savidovic is not letting this lead, losing the lead, get him down though. He is right on the back of the Laser Tours car heading into turn 1. Alex Smolenski goes really inside now. We nearly cut the course, and at the same time Jamie Rushworth and Colin Cunniff battling it all out as well, and this has allowed David Baker to get in the mix. Fascinating battle here in the lower half of the top 10. David Baker just trying to keep his STEM Sim racing car clean, and now Rushworth is down the inside of Fluke.
Yeah, good move there from Baker. He saw what was unfolding and just placed his car nicely. It looked like Colin just tagged one of the New Homes digital cars there, just going through Copse. It just got him slightly out of shape, and yeah, Baker was just alive to it and picked up the place.
Selin Chepelevsky is next to try and get past Colin Cunniff. They're all line astern though through Luffield and onto the front straight. Smolenski continues to lead. Savidovic second, Hunt third, Kaiser in fourth as Simon Field works his way down into the pits. Over the line they go.
Later and Alfala, sorry, just side by side as well, going through Woodcote there. Later's going to have the inside for Copse, I think.
GTM Mega Car down the inside of Ray Alfalo, who had a very good race meeting at Monza a few weeks ago, and who's that in the Apex Racing car with the blue rear wing, and that is Lee Thompson trying to get past the GTM Mega Car of Russell Layla as well. Behind them, Friction Racing, Leo Bodner, Steve Hefford trying to get past as well, as Thompson gets hung out to dry and goes through the grass in that tarmac runoff area. He's going to lose out to Paul Smith as well in the STEM Sim Racing car as they head down the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands and Luffield for the third time of asking. Can Paul Smith hang it out round the outside of the Apex Racing TV car? Yes, he can. Has he got the grip to keep it? Yes, he has. And Paul Smith is now up into, I think, 19th position.
Yeah, good. Good overtake from Paul. He needed to work for that one, held on to it. Lee just trying to get a couple of places, just unfortunately sacrificed his line there and just ran a little bit wide.
Oh, battle in front.
All change, I was about to say, up front.
Yeah.
Dan Hunt getting right in on the action there.
Yeah, Savidovic hung it out around the outside there of Copse, and now he's going to have to try and muscle that position back from Daniel Hunt, and he's able to. Down the inside he goes and gives Smolenski just a little bit of a tap through Beckett's, and now here comes Daniel Hunt in the GTM Mega Car to try and get past the Season 6 champion as they head down the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands. At the same time, Jamie Rushworth, Jamie Fluke and Jerome Kaiser battling as well. Jerome Kaiser took a win here on the historic layout back in Season 6. Down the inside goes Kaiser, nearly goes into the back of Daniel Hunt. This lead battle is all starting to bunch up. We've got a train of about nearly a dozen cars all trying to get this lead. Andreas Katz involved as well, Daniel Kraft, Ben Palmer, Sebastian Job right at the back of this pack in about 13th position as they come across the line. It's anyone's guess who's going to get this win early on, as Savidovic is now putting the pressure back on Smolenski.
Had a little look into turn 1 there, nothing coming Does look like Smolinski's car's very, very quick in a straight line. Everyone just struggling to use the draft to get alongside him. So we know how good a driver he is. We expect so much from Smolinski, actually, and hopefully he can. We don't want to curse him, but hopefully he can deliver in this one. He's doing a great job out there at the moment. 17 laps still to go.
He was driving for the New Homes Digital team a few seasons ago and got a bit of a reputation for hitting his teammate. I think he hit Kip Stevens a few times at Lime Rock Park, but he's putting up a great defensive drive at the moment ahead of Wojciech Savidovic. The top 13 were separated by about 3 seconds at the end of the last lap. That is how close it is. All line astern once again through Luffield and out onto the front straight to complete another lap. Savidovic still in the wheel tracks of the Laser Tools car. Hunt third, Kaiser fourth, Fluke still in fifth, Rushworth sixth, Baker seventh, Stedin Chapelewski in eighth. And into Cops they go, and at the same time battle going on here between Michael Shellback and Sebastian Job. Shellback driving of course for I think the same team as Ray Alfalo, and Sebastian Job has got the inside line for Maggots and he's just able to get the position. So Sebastian Job still holding on, but he's getting surrounded by these slip angle cars, Alex.
Yeah, I think actually it's GTO Mega car that he's running in is Michael. So yeah, all three different teams there all fighting out pretty fiercely. Ray wants to get by both of them, sees his opportunity while these guys are battling. All of a sudden, like, they've dropped off some 2 seconds from the pack that they were chasing. Just goes to show, once they really get stuck in, how much time they can lose. Yeah,
they've lost that pack really. I think they're going to have to hope for the bit of contact up front for them to close back in. They're having their own battle at the moment. Meanwhile, still at the front of the pack, Smolenski going to the inside line. He still hasn't shaken off the threat from Wojciech Savidovic, and neither has Savidovic shaken off the threat from Daniel Hunter. Savidovic goes way wide through Cops, and this allows the inside line to be opened for Daniel Hunt. Hunt to go down the inside. He had a great week last time at Road America, and he's having a great week as well at Silverstone. Down the inside he goes. Savidovic has got the inside now for Brooklands at the end of the Wellington Straight, but this is all going to be about the straight line speed as they head down the fastest part of the racetrack and into the tight and twisty section to end the lap. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? Savidovic and Hunt practically brake at exactly the same time, and Savidovic just has enough width in his car to get in front of Daniel Hunt, but that was a great battle down the straight.
Yeah, that's great from Savidovic. He knew as long as he had the inside for Brooklands, he had the high ground, and he was able just to get enough slipstream from Smolinski ahead just to stay alongside Dan there, and yeah, just late on the brakes through Brooklands. Great defensive driving. Just want to pick up on the fact Jeroen Kaiser in 4th place. Great run from him. He's had his fair share of bad luck this season, so let's hope he can hold it together today and get himself a top 5, because great qualifier and doing well out there at that now.
Yeah, whenever we seem to talk about Jeroen Kaiser, it always seems to be as a result of some sort of contact or some form of misfortune. I remember back at Virginia International Raceway leading when the safety car came out and ended up spinning whilst in the lead. So great to see him almost on the verge of a podium finish if something is to go awry at the front of this pack.
Three-car battle. Unfortunately, one of the liveries not showing, but we've got Martin van Loozenord, Robert Graham and Matthew Bunn all separated by 1/10 of a second right now.
Yes, indeed. This is at the back end of the top 20. Round here, all contact there between Matthew Bunn and more contact with Jay Wright as well in the Leo Bodner car. So these guys could, in a few laps, battling over a reverse grid place. They're just on the outside, just on those positions outside the top 26. Around up 29th, 28th, 30th, 31st. So if anything's to go wrong in front, these guys could, in a few laps, be battling for a pole position, and that's what helped Martin van Loozenord last time out of Road America, Alex. He was able to get into those reverse grid placings and was able to get that win in race 2.
Yeah, absolutely, and needs to obviously get into 26th place, so he's got 3 or 4 more places to go. I was just having a quick check in to see how Sean Cole was doing. Good to see the Simpit driver out there. Unfortunately, another one of the liveries that's not showing. So many cars, not enough video memory. What can we do?
Yeah, he's now in 40th position at the moment. I think we see when these drivers join the championship how they struggle the first few race meetings, but after a while they start to come up to the front. Like Ray Alfala, at Monza, he was leading for about the good 2/3 of a race, and he is now a predominant guy inside the top 20.
Sebastian got the rear wheels onto the grass as he braked for Cop's corner there.
Whoa, he's way out there.
Sideways moment. I think he's kept it out of the wall. He's
Yeah,
lost maybe 4 or 5 places, but he's still in it somehow. He's going to lose a place to Paul Smith here, but that battle was getting really, really tasty. Oh, he's got the undercut there of Smith. That's great. He's going to get that position straight back, I think.
Yeah, no, you should have the better straight line speed as they head down the straight. Smith will have the inside line though, so he has got the preferred line, but I think Sebastian Job might just have enough straight line speed that he could swoop round the outside. No, he hasn't. Smith is very late on the brakes. Sebastian Job still hanging it out round the outside and into Luffield. He will get the place back. Or will he? He leaves the door open for Paul Smith, and Smith goes back up the inside through Luffield. They're going to be side by side again as they head through Woodcut and up in further in front. Shellback in the GTO Mega Car versus Ray Alfala and Ben Palmer. This is a great battle unfolding for 12th, 13th and 14th into Cop's corner. Oh, Alfala gets a little bit of a hit from Palmer and he gets a good run. He's able to get alongside the GTO Mega Car as they head through Maggots and into Beckett's. Down the inside goes the slip angle car, but it's not hard enough on the brakes to get past Michael Shellback, but Shellback runs out wide, and that allows the slip angle car to get alongside as they head down towards Brooklands.
Yeah, pretty much a carbon copy of what happened the last race there. Shellback just going in very, very deep through that section, and that's just allowing Ray just to get alongside, but Shellback does look very, very good on the brakes, and once again through Brooklands just runs Ray out wide. Not enough track there. Oh, there's a little bit of contact further back.
Sebastian Job getting turned around. He's now lost a ton of positions behind Laura Bond, so down to 22nd position.
Bit more damage. I remember this track when we were here for the historic layout just was not it was not his day. He just doesn't seem to gel with it. Just seems to got the pace, but just can't get any moves done. Maybe a bit of frustration creeping in for him there.
Wojciech Savidovic down the inside of Alex Smolensky. That was as clean as you like, and Savidovic is now back into the race lead after starting on pole position. They've managed to pull a bit of an advantage away from Daniel Hunt in 3rd, Jamie Fluke 4th. Jerome Kaiser's now dropped down to 5th position and is under pressure from Andreas Katz and Jamie Rushworth, 2 former champions, just trying to attack Jerome Kaiser.
Just going to take a quick look at that back on replay as well. Just it looks like he got a great exit out of Kops. Smolensky tries to cover him off there just a little bit to the right, late on the brakes for Svidovic. Smolensky just tries to look like he wants the undercut if anything, but just doesn't quite get on the gas as early as he would have liked.
So Svidovic 0.1 of a second ahead of Smolensky when they came across the line last time around. And as they head down towards Maggots and Beckett, Jerome Kaiser still trying to hold on from Jamie Rushworth and Andreas Katz. Katz, of course, the defending series champion, has dropped a few positions in the last few race meetings by not being here. And I think he wants to start that fight back because, of course, once the points are reset in the showdown, this will be a great opportunity for him to try and go back to back. No one's ever done... Kip Stevens, I apologise, has done that once in season 1 and 2. Kaiser on the outside, Katz down the inside and into Luffield. Kaiser's going to try and go back down the inside. That's fantastic driving there by Jerome Kaiser. Forces Katz out wide, and Rushworth trying to get a bit of the action as well there, Alex.
Yeah, I thought for a moment Jamie was just going to stick his nose in there. I thought that gap was going to disappear very, very quickly. So, yeah, he thought better of it in the end there. And, yeah, Kaiser perhaps nerfed Katz a little bit too much, shall we say, through Luffield there. But it worked, and it's touring car driving after all.
Well, on lap 14 here then. Still about 8 or so laps still to run here. Great racing all the way through the field. Daniel Hunt is now trying to get past Alex Smolensky. He's been able to close in on the Laser Tours car, and in fact, the GT Mega car has been able to close in on Wojciech Svidovic. Well, Svidovic's gap is not increasing at the rate I don't think he wants, but Smolensky continues to be good on the brakes. He closes in on Svidovic under braking there, going into Brooklands, but is just not able to keep with him once Svidovic puts his foot to the floor on the accelerator pedal. At the same time, Kaiser once again battling with Andreas Katz as they head out of Luffield. Katz is on the outside in the Leo Bodnar car, and at the same time Walker side by side as well.
Yeah, just looking a bit further back as well. Right little gaggle starting to form up. Dan Craft leads that one with Baker, Colin Cunniff, Al Fowler. You've got Michael, Ben and Rusty all in that battle as well there.
This is very Interesting indeed. 2 by 2 really going through Copse corner, and Cunniff gets hung out to dry. Real Fowler has got the position, and so too has Michael Shellback as well. As we and he nearly gets turned by Shepelevsky and nearly hits Michael Shellback. He's off, and he's going into the Armco barrier. Is he going to come back on the track?
Nope.
Where is he gone?
No, he's alright. Well, he's not alright. He's probably half dead with the collision that he just had there, but yeah, as it turns out that the Armco just saves any other kind of major incident there. He continues, he's got some major damage on the front, he's all the way down in 30th place. Just want to take a quick look at that back actually and see what it was. I don't know if he got a tiny little contact from the rear, just sent him a little bit loose. And yeah, from there, who was that? It was one of the sim cars there. Just
was it Palmer?
Just a little nerf from behind, and we can see.
Yes, Ben Palmer, I apologise.
Just yeah. Nothing you can do when you just get that loose with the front wheel drive. I mean, you try your best to just to blast the gas down and steer away from it, but just looked like Colin was just a passenger there.
Battle for second continues. Daniel Hunt, Smolenski did not get a good run out of Beckett's, and now Daniel Hunt is in the slipstream. But we've seen so far tonight, you really need to be alongside going into Brooklands to mount any sort of a challenge. Hunt looks to the inside. Not able to get it done, nearly goes into the back of Alex Smolenski there, but he's showing his intent. We're about to start lap 17 when we get to the line, and there's just over 5 laps to go.
Yeah, just having a little run down the order while we're on board with Smolenski. You can see definitely Svidovic starting to pull away now, shows why he got that pole position. I think it's worth jumping on board with Real Fowler for a moment. He's got Dave Baker just ahead of him, just on the inside going into Copse corner here. Don't think he's going to be able to hang it around there. Michael's there as well. He looks like he's trying to get the undercut and just can't quite make that work through there. These guys have had an absolute fantastic battle all race long.
Yeah, David Baker's been working as well. Real Fowler's been working his way up from 18th position on the grid up to 11th. David Baker having another solid performance as well. Started 9th, has lost the position during the race. However, he's still putting in, as always, a consistent drive, and that's what won him a championship back in season 7. At the same time, Michael Shellback down the inside of Real Fowler. While he's looking down the inside, is he able to get past the NASCAR Peak Anti-Free Series champion? He's alongside, but is he going to get it done into Luffield? Real Fowler, of course, will have the inside line, and he better watch out because Ben Palmer, who was in strife with Colin Cunniff a few laps ago, is trying to get past the GTM Mega car as well as they head out of the final corner, down round the final corner through Woodcote to start lap 18. And now it's Daniel Kraft that's now under pressure from David Baker. Everywhere you look, there is a battle unfolding. Baker looks down the inside, surely no way through there into Copse, but he's managed to find an opening. He's got a great, fantastic run out the exit, Alex, and Real Fowler might be following him through. Whoa, that is very close there. Rubbing door handles there as we head into Maggots and hard on the brakes into Beckett's.
Someone's been watching that Mazda video that's done its rounds on Facebook. Just wanted to push his mirror a little bit closer there. I think that was just ridiculously close. And again, our Fowler and Kraft there as well in the back.
Whoa, once again our Fowler and Kraft battling out there, and he's trying to go around the outside of Baker. I think he senses an opportunity here, Real Fowler, to try and get past the season 7 champion. No, he's too far away now, but Shellback is down the inside of Kraft. Poor Daniel Kraft could be about to be losing 3 positions, and I think he has, and he could be about to lose 4. Ben Palmer in the Simpson racing car, he is looking down the inside of the Pete Newman media cars, just going from bad to worse for Daniel Kraft as they head down the front straight and into Copse. Down the inside goes Palmer. On the brakes he goes, and he is through, and now it could be the turn of the other GTM mega car, Russell Laidler, to get through.
Just, I think the expression is freight trained. Oh, there we go. He's just about got into line. He had to be a bit forceful to do it, but oh, Laidler late on the brakes. I thought, oh, they're still getting a little tap there. We've seen this time and time again. Look at the exit as well. Still, this fall that Kraft is having is not finished with yet. He's dropped another place, and it looks like we've got Paul Smith as well trying to get on the action, and then behind them is Hefford.
Well, I think Daniel Kraft at the start of the lap was like, hang on, I am not losing 5 positions in a row here, and him and Russell Laidler are getting proper touring car style there. Laidler bashing him out of the way through Luffield, and at the same time Paul Smith and who's that in the Leo Bodner racing car, Steve Hefford battling as well.
Yeah, what a change around that was. There's something else we just need to have a quick look at as well, and that's Smolenski and Rushworth. That was getting, Chepelevsky and Rushworth, sorry, that was getting very tasty on the timing screen there. They got Kaiser just ahead of them as well.
Chepelevsky and Rushworth battling over 7th and 8th positions on the racetrack. They're closing in on Jerome Kaiser as well, who's in 6th. Still a fantastic showing from Jerome Kaiser. Back to the days of Season 6 and Season 5 where he was a regular contender inside the top 20.
That was ridiculously close ahead. I think there was just a little bit of contact between Hunt and Smolenski as well. Just saw that going through Brooklands in the it's sort of right on the edge of the camera shot there. So it looks like everybody survived okay.
Coming around to start the final lap then, lap 21 here, race 1 at Silverstone. Smolenski and Daniel Hunt. Savidovic has been able to pull an advantage. He now leads by half a second over the Laser Tools car. Can Daniel Hunt make some sort of challenge? This is his last opportunity to do so. Into Maggots and Beckett, too far away I think. Smolenski is always very good on the brakes, but he could run out wide. Are the tyres starting to give up on the Laser Tools car? It doesn't look like it, and I don't think Dan Hunt is going to be able to mount any sort of a challenge going into Brooklands. I think he's too far away, Alex.
No, I think Smolenski's going to have enough of a draft there from Svidovic ahead to just to stay with, no problem. Hunt late on the brakes, just trying anything he possibly can. Maybe he'll stick his nose in here through left field. Smolenski covers that off, no chance. What a great drive from all those top 4 drivers actually, but Svidovic, what a great job. He was very patient in getting the lead back, but once he did, he never looked back, and what a great victory from him.
Race 70 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship goes to Wojciech Svidovic's 15th win of the season. Smolenski 2nd, Hunt 3rd, and Jamie Fluke in 4th position. They're all coming across the line. We'll pick up any battles as and when we can see them. Everyone going line astern across the line, side by side. Steve Richardson, and who was that in the STEM Sim racing car? Steve Richardson and
Walker.
Robert Plumley. Plumley was able to get the position in the end, so Plumley 22nd, Richardson 23rd. That looked like a very tasty battle coming across the line there. Everyone else, as always, coming across the line. Quite a lot of cars this week. Simon Field, I think he was a lap or more down. We saw him pitting earlier on. He was just getting lapped there by, I believe that was Sean Cole. So quite a few cars a lap down. Simon Field, not a good race 1 after having that good stint mid-season, picking up a few wins. That was not a good first race from him. So let's run you through the finishing order from the first race of the evening here at Silverstone. Wojciech Svidovic, 15th win of the season. He wins ahead of Alex Smolenski in 2nd, Daniel Hunt in 3rd, Jamie Fluke 4th, Andreas Katz 5th, Jerome Kaiser 6th, Jamie Rushworth 7th, Stelian Chepelevsky 8th, Michael Shellback in 9th, and Ben Palmer rounding out the top 10. 11th, Russell Layla 12th, Daniel Kraft 13th, David Baker 14th, Steve Hefford 15th, Paul Smith 16th, Laura Bond 17th, Kip Stevens 18th, P. Newman 19th, Jake Blackhall, and 20th was Lee Thompson. 21st was Sebastian Jobe, 22nd Robert Plumley, 23rd Steve Richardson, 24th Steve Walker, 25th John Roberts, 26th Martin van Luzenoord, 27th Dan Blake, 28th Lee Berridge, 29th Ray Alfala, and 30th was Linus Bostrom. 31st Jay Wright, 32nd Scott Malcolm, 33rd Mike Mason, 34th Robert Graham, 35th Robert Fagg, from 11th on the grid, so he must have sustained some contact early on. 36th Andrew Brown, 37th Timo Vesendel, 38th Richard Gore, 39th Yoa Pekalami, and 40th was Stephen Burke, and the cars 1 lap down or more. 41st Stephen Summerfield, 42nd Julian Janowski, 43rd Sean Cole, 44th Brian Blackford, 45th Charlie Sears, 46th Colin Cunniff, 47th Matthew Bunn, and Chaz Draker did not take the start. While Alex, battles at the front, battles everywhere really throughout this race, and one thing we can take away is that really you've got to be alongside going into Brooklands to get a move done, and drivers seem to be cutting across going into Maggots and Beckett's, which led to some incidents for Colin Cunniff.
Yeah, shame for Colin for sure. Looked like he was having a lot of fun out there at the time as well. So he'll be a bit disappointed that. But what a great race that was as well. Stark contrast from what we saw last week at Road America.
Well, of course, we'll have the reverse grid coming up very shortly. We'll run you through the cars that are eligible, 15 down to 26th. As always, Paul Smith in 15th, 16th Laura Bond, 17th Kip Stevens, 18th P. Newman, 19th Jake Blackhall, 20th Lee Thompson, 21st Sebastian Jobe, 22nd Robert Plumley, 23rd Steve Richardson, 24th is Steve Walker. 25th, John Roberts. And 26th, we were saying it at the very beginning of the race, Alex, if problems were to occur, Loser Nord would be there to get inside the reverse grid positions, and he did. He's in 26th.
Well, there you go. Let's bring up the Wheel of Fortune and see who is going to take the pole position. See, Martin will be sending me over some sort of bribe right now to roll that 26. Let's see what we get. Here we go then. Oh, it's coming around, you know. It's not going to make it though. I think it's going to be, straightforward 21st. There's no way that's going to hit 26. 21 car reverse grid then.
Well, that's going to help Apex Racing TV no end, because it means Sebastian Job is now into pole position with Lee Thompson second. So in Apex Racing 1-2, it's an Apex Racing 1-2-3 with Jake Blackhall in third, Pete Newman fourth, and Kip Stevens in fifth. So that 1-2-3 at Watkins Glen a few weeks ago, Alex, it could repeat itself.
Yeah, you never know. I happened to keep an eye on how they were doing and just saw that they all had some problems in the start. So of course it's not rigged at all. We're not biased or anything. But perfect. Perfect spin of the wheel, I would say.
Well, they've got two new Home Digitals cars to hunt them down, Kip Stevens and Laura Bond. But yeah, very good reverse grid for Apex Racing TV. And as always, the reverse grid will always provide some excitement as we have to watch Wojciech Savidovic, Daniel Hunt, Jamie Fluke, Andreas Katz, Rushworth and Selin Chepelevsky once again working their way through the field to try and get the best possible points to help keep their championship positions intact. Well, fascinating first race of the evening here at Silverstone. Join us in a few moments where we'll be getting ready for the second race of the evening. Don't go anywhere.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it out of 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to the Silverstone circuit, the national layout. We're here for the second race of the evening after an enthralling first race. And Alex, it's going to be very difficult for the championship contenders starting in the low 20s to work their way back through the pack.
Yeah, we saw that last race. It wasn't easy for anyone to overtake, chalking off air to a couple of drivers. Perhaps a little bit of impatience started to creep in right at the end of the race. Will that carry over into this round? We'll have to wait and see. Could make a very interested and very feisty second race for sure.
Well, 21 cars were reversed in the reverse grid draw, and that means that it's an Apex Racing 1, 2, 3. Can they repeat their success from Watkins Glen a few weeks ago as Linus Bostrom goes for a fly in his Engine All-Star Red car? On the pole position, it is Sebastian Jobe with Lee Thompson second, Jake Blackhall in third. I think it was the other way around. The race results at Watkins Glen with Blackhall winning, Thompson second and Jobe in third. Fourth on the grid is Pete Newman, with Kip Stevens in 5th and Laura Bond in 6th. Paul Smith 7th, Steve Hefford 8th, David Baker 9th and Daniel Craft 10th. Russell Laidler 11th, Ben Palmer 12th, Michael Shellback in 13th, Stellan Shepelewski 14th, Jamie Rushworth 15th, Sharon Kaiser 16th, Andreas Katz 17th, Jamie Fluke 18th, Daniel Hunt 19th and Alex Smolensky in 20th. 21st, our race 1 winner, Wojciech Swiderowicz. 22nd, Robert Plumley. 23rd, Steve Richardson. 24th, Steve Walker. 25th, John Roberts. 26th, Martin van Noostenhoorn. 27th, Dan Blake. 28th, Lee Berridge. 29th, Ray Alvala. 30th, Linus Bostrom. 31st, Jay Wright. 32nd, Scott Malcolm. 33rd, Mike Mason. 34th, Robert Graham. 35th, Robert Fagg. 36th, Andrew Brown. 37th, Timo Versendel. 38th, Richard Gore. 39th, Juha Pekalami. 40th, Stephen Burke. 41st, Simon Field. 42nd, Julian Janowski. 43rd, Sean Cole. 44th, Brian Blackford. 45th, Charlie Sears. 46th, Colin Cunniff. 47th, Matthew Bunnan. 48th, Chaz Draker. Alex, 48 cars completing the first race. I think that's probably a capacity grid at Silverstone.
I think it absolutely is. So great turnout once again. We keep banging the numbers every week, so it's great to see. I think I just wanted to pick up, just looking at the cars just flying around this circuit right now as well. And also that, what a breath of fresh air the official Kia series has been as well. It's been extremely popular, so everyone, thank iRacing for separating it out and making it standalone series. It seems to have attracted quite a lot of drivers to the car.
Yeah, I don't know whether we can take any bragging rights about the success of the BSRTC forcing iRacing's hand to create a Kia Touring Car Championship. I think we can say that.
It's all on us.
Yeah, it is. And of course, this weekend we see the Blancpain Endurance Series start as well at the Road to the Pro Series. So that's going to be interesting as well. Lots of changes coming on the iRacing service. We've got, of course, the Audi R8 LMS GT3 car coming, and of course the Nürburgring Nordschleife. What we would give to see the BSRTC racing on that, maybe next season. Not too long now before the cars head to the grid. We'll see the championship standings have been updated and we'll run you through them. There won't be too much change as a result of Swiderowicz winning once again, but we'll run you through them anyway. Yeah, big crash there.
See that, but with Ben Palmer just hit the wall there, blinded. I think a couple of Grip TV cars in front of him, and just caught the wall there. So, and a couple of Apex cars just getting together as well. Maybe a sign of things to come.
Yeah, it is ominous. And Swiderowicz 605 points now ahead of David Baker. Smolensky, though, as a result of his runners-up position, up into 4th position. Only 6 points, though, separating Smolensky and Rushworth. And it's just even more tight for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Andreas Katz 1,146 points behind. And then Lee Thompson in 7th. However, 3 points separate Thompson and Hunt. Hunt finished 3rd, of course, in race 1, so he's been able to close in on the Apex Racing TV car. Simon Field, who didn't have the best of race 1s, you could say, is 20 points behind Daniel Hunt. And then Kip Stevens is a further 20 behind Simon Field as well. So this could all change. And Sebastian Job is about 17 points behind Kip Stevens. So 7th on back, Alex, could all change during this race.
Yeah, I think if Seb can maintain his position, then he could jump right into the middle of that top 10 battle there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because drivers are acutely aware now that we're starting to get the run into the end of the sort of like the points run, and ready for the chase and the showdown, how you want to say it. And yeah, it's going to be. I think there's going to be some feisty moves going on, especially in this second race.
And after this race meeting at Silverstone, we head to Suzuka, Brands Hatch, Mount Panorama, Circuit of the Americas, before a non-drivers championship race at Donington Park before the showdown begins at the beginning of November. The cars are now taking their positions on the starting grid. 21 laps once again at the Silverstone racing circuit. The marbles, of course, starting to build up, carrying over from the previous race. High usage, in fact, 70%. So if cars get it on the not on the racing line, Alex, they could be on a trip wide through the wide onto the runoff area.
Yeah, of course, the everything should have carried over, although I can't see the same kind of rubber that was laid. A lot of rubber laid in that practice room before. It doesn't look anywhere near as intense as it was the last race. So, yeah, we might see a few marbles start to form up. Over to you, Adam. Sorry.
Race 71 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship is underway. Sebastian Jobe gets away well. Lee Thompson tries to slot in behind him, and Paul Smith has got a good start as well in the STEM Sim racing car, trying to get past the new home digital car of Kip Stevens, in fact, as they head into turn 1. Thompson hanging out around the outside in the blue car. The dark blue car is Jake Blackhall. Those two Apex racing cars go side by side, but it's Thompson who is into second, and Pete Newman might be about to spoil Apex Racing TV's party, but he's out of control and he's through the gravel, as is Paul Smith. They both rejoin safely, and that is not a good start from Pete Newman after what looked like him through into third position.
Kip Stevens in 4th place as well. He obviously needs to have a really good race this one as well, with Sebastian just 17 points behind him in the championship. Just 3 places separate him on the track at the moment, so he's going to want to stay around about there. Kip is always a dark horse, very, very fast. Obviously, he's been BSR TC champion before, so he knows how to drive this Kia Optima.
Kip Stevens already trying to, Wojciech Svidovic already trying to get past Andreas Katz. Katz got held up a bit there through Luffield, and who's that powering round on the outside? Number 47, I think that's Jamie Fluke trying to get involved as well. Kaiser and Hunt battling as well. Kaiser, a bit of contact there. Who was that? I think they'd be able to get away with it. I just heard a whole load of car to Armco barrier, but it looks like everyone's been able to survive. Svidovic really getting in the mix there with the STEM Sim racing car. Ben Palmer, I think, is that? Yeah, it is, and he's now able to get past the STEM Sim racing car, so Svidovic through into 13th place.
Yeah, good start from Svidovic there. He doesn't need to do too much, just needs to finish every race, doesn't he, at this point, with the kind of lead that he's got in the championship right now. But still, he'll want to get as many points for the showdown as he can possibly get. So, got an opportunity for a podium here, no doubt. Dave Baker up into 4th place. We missed that off camera. Got himself past the New Homes Digital car of Kip Stevens. Laura Bond in 6th place, just behind her teammate.
Laura Bond was close to a podium here back in season 6. Photo finish with Russell Layla. She just missed out, and she's come close on other occasions as well. David Baker, though, another car trying to spoil Apex Racing TV's party. Lee Thompson and Jake Blackhall are doing a brilliant job of allowing Sebastian Jobe to get away at the front. The gap at the line was 0.8 of a second already as they start lap 3. And now David Baker needs to try and get in the slipstream of Jake Blackhall. Blackhall, who came close to taking a victory at Laguna Seca, just lost out on a technicality and managed to get a win at Watkins Glen as well. Down the inside goes Baker, but not able to get past for the moment at least. Daniel Kraft trying to get past Laura Bond. He's got Steve Hefford for company as well. Pete Newman in 9th. Michael Shelback in 10th. Jamie Rushworth 11th. Jepelewski 12th. 13th Russell Laidler, and 14th Andreas Katz. The GT Omega and Leo Bodner racing cars going side by side through Woodcote to complete lap number 3. And on to lap number 4, and Wojciech Svidovic could be about to make it 3 wide here, Alex.
Yeah, Svidovic is having a little look. Laidler's going to get that move complete, I think, on Katz, is he? Oh, he has to nerf him a little bit wide to do so. They're still side by side. Svidovic, he's just, I think he's just being sensible there. He thought about having a little look, but just thought, no, it's just a little bit too feisty for me right now.
And I think he anticipated what we've just seen. These two getting a slow exit out of Beckett's and down the straight. Svidovic is going to use the slipstream of Andreas Katz, practically bump drafting the season 3 and 8 champion. Has to get on the brakes there as we head into Brooklands. Down the inside he goes of Russell Laidler, and as he got the move done, he cuts in front of him and he is clear, but he leaves the door open for a counter-attack from Russell Laidler, but Laidler's just not able to get it done down the inside of Luffield. So Svidovic now through into 13th place as they come across the line. Onto lap number 5 now, so the championship leader is on the move.
Great driving. He knew he weren't going to get past Laidler, but I just totally lost it. Sorry, Katz. He knew he wasn't going to get past Katz, so that he pushed Katz to make sure that he got by as well, and then had the opportunity to get Laidler at the same time. So now he's got an opportunity to obviously have a run at Katz, although Katz got a great exit that time. Back up in the battle for 3rd place. Baker just a tenth of a second behind Blackwell. Oh, he's late on the brakes, going to try and go around the outside of the Apex car, just gets the line all sorts of wrong. He got a little bit of a gap behind him to Kip Stevens though, so it's worth having a little dig at something like that. But all of a sudden, just that one move just drags Kip straight back onto their tail.
Yeah, David Baker nearly got it done there, but Jake Blackwell once again was very good on the brakes. Look at this though, battle for second. Oh no, that's a car lap down. I was about to say Juha-Pekka Lamy is giving Sebastian Job all sorts of trouble, and I wonder if that pushed Sebastian Job into making a bit of a mistake there. He just went off the track. We saw him do that in race 1, but he's able to carry on no problem whatsoever. Jake Blackwell still under pressure from David Baker as they head through Beckett and on to the back straight once again. Can we see the slipstream work? We still haven't seen really that's Michael going all the way out wide. We could be about to go 3 wide here.
And who was that's Pete Newman, isn't it? Pete Newman recovering from earlier on. Oh, they are 3 wide going into Brooklands. So it's gone to 2 by 2 actually. Pretty sensible from them. Are we going to get away? I didn't think so. Somehow they've all survived. They're checking up big time, all trying to get that inside line. I think that's Cats coming through as well.
Yeah, here come
all of a sudden this could be very, very I'm not sure what the word is.
Yeah, crash in as they come across the line. Cats down the inside of Chepelevsky.
Yeah, hold your breath. I think it's going to get a bit fierce now. Soon as that starts to happen, then a few more elbows start to come out.
Chepelevsky going to try and hold on from Savidovic though. He's able to hold on, but is he going to leave the door open on the exit? Savidovic not close enough to get anything done yet. Pete Newman there in 11th, Jamie Rushworth in 10th, trying to get Paschal back in 9th. Juha-Pekka Lamy still trying to get out of the way of the field. He's confusing me, Pekka Lamy, a lot during this race. As whoa, Blackwell out of control, a bit of contact from David Baker. Baker now going to try and go around the outside, but this might allow Kip Stevens to get into the mix. Baker, in fact, hanging out around the outside. That could be a fantastic move from him. And he nudges Blackwell, saying, give me the racing line, because he has got a fantastic run out of Luffield, Alex.
Yeah, I think he's going to lose that place straight away again, though, isn't he? Oh, this is going to be close. He's going to have to carry a lot of speed around the outside. He does just that. Might be a little bit too wide. Laura Bond might get the best run out of all 3 of these cars right now. She's definitely got up and past her teammate Kip Stevens there.
Yes, so she was able to get 1 car. She nearly got 2. Down the inside into Beckett. She's now clear of Kip Stevens. Baker will now once again try and get past Jake Blackwell. This is fantastic for Apex Racing TV. Thompson and Job able to pull away at the front of the pack. Now Baker's going to try and get past the 3rd Apex Racing TV car. Still 1, 2, 3 for Apex Racing TV. Down the inside goes Kip Stevens. He's battling with Daniel Kraft, and Kraft has got the position, I think, down into Luffield. He has got the inside line. Stevens will try and do what Baker did a lap ago and hanging out around the outside, which he has been able to do successfully as they head through Woodcote. Stevens has got the position for now, but Kraft will have the inside line, and as we saw between Baker and Thompson a lap ago, and he gets turned by Kraft. Stevens is able to plant his foot to the floor though, and is able to keep the car going in a straight line, but surely he will lose out to the Leo Bodner car of Steve Hefford. That was exciting stuff there between Stevens and Kraft, and Michael Schellbach could be about to get another position past Kip Stevens.
Yeah, actually just the line that he had to take there perhaps compromised him. Rushworth now having a little look on Michael. Surely his teammate will just die out and give him a little bit of draft. No, Michael tucks in, so no opportunity to do that. There's a battle just a bit further ahead as well. Who's that? I'm not sure. That was a couple of cars side by side.
It's Baker and
Blackwell again.
Now let's see if Baker can get it done around the outside this time, but I think Blackwell's wise to that move. You could see him moving across on the apex, and that's going to allow the Laura Bond through into 4th position, could be.
Yeah, Bond just needs to try and stick it in there right up the... I just thought for a minute she was going to get the run, get her nose up the inside into Cop's corner, but just in the end just backs out a little bit.
Baker gets a good run now through Cops. Thompson, Blackwell, there we go, there's the name, ran out wide, and down the inside into Beckett. Still no chance of a move to be done there. You really need to hope for the guy in front to make some sort of mistake to really get a good run. Andreas Katz
making a move for 10th place alongside Michael, got a great exit, had to do a little bit of rubbing, and it looks like Russell Laidler has just retired from the race as well. We just saw him pull up in the background as well. Michael fighting back into Brooklyn's late on the brakes. We saw how good he was in the brakes in the first race. Does a great job again, with though Katz has got the inside for Luffield now. There seems to be a little bit more grip around the outside of Luffield this race, and once again Michael's able to hold it around the outside there.
Katz looks like he's got the position now, and Michael's going to slot down back behind the Leo Bodnar car, but he's going to get the slipstream going into Copse. Surely he's not going to make a move there. Katz defends the inside line for now, but will Michael get a run on the exit? Look at all these cars. Once again, like we saw in race 1, a whole load of cars, all line astern, heading through Maggots and Beckett's. We're on lap 11 of the race, so just 11 laps to go. So half the race done already, and once again Blackhall and Baker at it, down the back straight, down the Wellington straight into Brooklands. Baker looks to the inside, he looks to the inside line. We haven't seen that yet. Hard on the brakes goes the Simpson car. There is just enough room for his car to fit through, but Blackhall will have the run on the outside, and down the inside he goes once again into Luffield, and he nudges Baker, and Baker loses a position to Laura Bond as they head down through Woodcote and across the line. So Baker has now got to get his sights set on that New Homes digital car, with Daniel Kraft looming in his mirrors as well, Alex.
Yeah, he looks very, very racy as well. Baker normally very patient, just tags Laura there. Laura saves the car. She's going to run out wide, just like Kip did a few laps ago. She's going to recover, loses a whole host of places, be very annoyed, and once again an opportunity for a podium is slips away for Laura Bond. She's right in the middle, and there's
they're all off. Baker gets hit, Kraft gets hit, Steve Hefford gets hit, and it's Hefford that comes off the worst for wear. And who's this now through into 4th position? It is Jamie Rushworth, who was 9th at the beginning of the lap, and Kip Stevens as well. Here comes Andreas Katz though, down the inside with a nudge from Baker. Katz forcing his way through, and he's through. So Rushworth now 4th, and in 5th it is Fifth is Andreas Katz, with Kip Stevens in 6th. Michael Shellback is now up into 7th position, trying to get his way past David Baker. It's all come alive on this lap.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's ridiculously close out there right now. There's no room for any kind of error. Drivers obviously just trying to find something to pick up some sort of place there. I'm surprised we haven't seen another incident a little bit earlier on. We just only lost Hefford out of that. Nobody else really managed to really fall back further. I mean, Hefford's still in the race, 23rd place, and why that seems like it's a long way away. It's only 5 seconds behind where he was. Just that's how ridiculously close this pack is right now.
Let's update you how this pack has changed. Rushworth 4th, Andreas Katz 5th, Kip Stevens 6th. How long is this going to be for though? Katz down the inside of Rushworth. Down the inside goes the 2-time champion. He has got the position there, but not for too much longer. Rushworth down the inside, but as we've seen so far tonight, the outside line does seem to work, but not work enough for Andreas Katz. Rushworth remains in 4th position, Katz in 5th, Stevens 6th, Shellback in 7th, 8th David Baker, 9th Daniel Kraft, 10th Pete Newman, 11th Laura Bond, and Savidovic is in 13th place, trying to get past Stelian Chepalevsky in the GTO Mega Car. 14th Daniel Hunt, 15th Robert Plumley, 16th Jamie Fluke, 17th Ben Palmer, 18th Ray Alfala, 19th Sharon Kaiser, and Alex Smolensky rounding out your top 20 as they head into Beckett's once again. Katz on the back of Rushworth, and now Stevens is going to give the Leo Bodnar car something to think about as well as they head down the Wellington straight.
Dan Hunt side by side with Rob Plumley as well. We can't see Plumley's livery again, but he's dropping back. He's going to try and hold it through Brooklands. We've seen this move countless times, although Baker very late, Hunt very late on the brakes there, and managed to pull that move off completely. Runs a little bit deep into Luffield, but manages to collect the car back up into the apex and stops any chance of Rob getting some sort of undercut there.
Well, Plumley having having a good showing.
Ben Palmer
at the
and
moment.
Al Fowler. Sorry, Adam, don't mean to keep interrupting you. Keep spotting things on camera there. Palmer up the inside of Al Fowler. This is for 17th place. Palmer gets the move pretty straightforward. Doesn't look like Al Fowler fought that too much. I think he perhaps wanted to try and get the reverse on him there and get a better run, but Palmer very sensibly just parks the car nicely on the apex, and no opportunity for Al Fowler to do that.
Al Fowler, of course, in the reverse grid positions at the moment. The NASCAR Pick Anti-Free Series champion, having another decent showing here, but free wide. Shellback, Katz, and the number 11 car of Kip Stevens. Shellback goes for it down the inside of both of them. That is a fantastic move there from the GTM Mega car, new to this race meeting. He hits Katz, he nudges the champion wide, and that allows the two-time champion Kip Stevens to get down the inside. What a fantastic bit of driving there by Kip Stevens to get past Shellback. But it's not over yet. Shellback hanging around the outside. The GTM Mega car going onto the grass. He's so eager to defend. And now here comes David Baker. He's on the move back up through the field, and Katz is all down the inside. How did Shellback not lose the car there? He had two wheels in the grass. Somehow was able to hold on. Baker through, Kraft through, Newman through. Shellback down to about 10th position, losing more places. Can Newman get down the inside into Beckett's? He can. Can Laura Bond get down the inside into Beckett's? No, she can't. But Shellback just putting two wheels over the grass into Copse, Alex, loses all those positions.
Yeah, I think it looked like Katz would basically line that move up about 3 seconds after, well, not even that, half a second after he got nerfed in Luffield, and he just collects Kip Stevens there. Kip somehow manages to save the car as well. His tyres will be toast. He's going to drop back a little bit as well. But yeah, I think Katz perhaps a little bit unhappy with just that previous lap, and he wanted to get those places back as quickly as possible. And yeah, he went in really aggressive there, and just a little bump and run in a couple of places, and he gets the places back.
New Homes Digital were firmly inside the top 5 a few laps ago. Now there's only got one car left, and that's Jamie Rushworth up in 4th position. Andreas Katz 5th, under pressure from David Baker, who's in his magic 6th position at the moment. David Baker, who always seems to be in 6th. We've seen that through so many seasons. Can he get one better and get a top 5 finish? We're on lap 17 here, in an even more enthralling second race of the evening here at Silverstone. Baker in the slipstream, but I don't think he's close enough yet to get a challenge. At the moment, Savidovic, though, is under pressure from Stelin Chepelevsky. He is frying the wheel tracks of the champion Chepelevsky, and in the background, Kip Stevens and Jamie Fluke is getting past Laura Bond through Brooklands. And Bonds is going to go through into the gravel nearly. Puts two wheels in the gravel, and Daniel Hunt's going to close in. And at the same time, Palmer, Plumley, and number 8, that is Smolensky, having a battle as well.
Yeah, Kaiser just behind them, Paul Smith as well. So this pack really hasn't separated at all. They're all pretty much still line astern out there, as Kaiser has a look down the inside of Rob Plumley. Is he going to be able to pull that off? I don't think he is, although he's got a better exit, and right behind him he has got Paul Smith as well, wants to come with him, but no, Plumley's able to hold on there.
Entering into the closing stages of this race. 5 laps or so to go here, and Andreas Katz still holding on from David Baker, but it is still Apex Racing 1, 2, 3. Job, Thompson, Blackhall, Rushworth 4th, Katz 5th, Baker 6th, Kraft 7th, 8th Pete Newman, but for how much longer? Michael Shellback is still on the move, and I don't think he's settled on his 9th position yet. Kip Stevens, just as well as a driver really, battling as well with him for 10th position. Savidovic 11th, Chepelevsky 12th, Fluke 13th, Laura Bond 14th, Daniel Hunt 15th, Palmer 16th, battling once again with Smolensky. This is probably the closest battle we've got on track, the battle for 16th place. Palmer into Copse, turns it in, runs a little bit wide. Can Smolensky use that to his advantage as they head down to Beckett's and Maggots for the on lap number 19? No way through for Smolensky. Has a look down the inside though. I think Smolensky's going to try and get the run on the exit, but I think he needs to watch out because here comes Robert Plumley, Alex.
Yeah, Rob got a great run there. He's going to use the draft. All the drivers just running out a little bit wide on the exit there, using that runoff area to the best he possibly can, and it looks under braking. Smolensky tried to get Ben there, but just nothing going. Everybody just seems to have got their braking points absolutely mustered down there into Brooklands right now.
Look at this, Pete Newman and Michael Shellback. That was so close there. Pete Newman nearly turned across the GTM Mega car, and we nearly had a disaster situation on our hands there. We saw in past seasons cars getting turned around through Woodcote, leading to multi-car wrecks. And now Pete Newman's going to be hung out to dry because here comes Kip Stevens to get through as well. Wojciech Savidovic could be about to get through too, with Stelin Chepelevsky for company. Savidovic not able to get through. I think Savidovic once again being a bit conservative, just trying to maintain his championship lead. We are on the penultimate lap of the race here. Pete Newman still not giving up with Kip Stevens. They are side by side still as they head down the Wellington Straight and into Brooklands, where a few corners away from starting the final lap. Newman goes around the outside. He's later on the brakes. Stevens goes down the inside, but Newman will have the inside for Luffield. But I think Stevens has got the position covered for now.
Yeah, great defence again from Pete. Needs to hold on. He's got Svidovic behind him now. He doesn't want to make any kind of mistake. He needs to use that draft of the new Homes Digital car of Kip Stevens ahead of him right now to see if he can suck up behind him, defend that position. There's a little battle going on further back as well.
Yeah, Laura Bond has now got Smolensky, Palmer and Plumley for company, and now Laura Bond tries to set her sights on Daniel Hunt. This is the final lap of the race here in the second race of the evening at Silverstone. Hunt defends the inside line, but Smolensky goes down the inside of Laura Bond, and Palmer gets hit by his teammate into the back of Alex Smolensky as they head down the back straight though. All these positions still staying the same. Svidovic in 10th, Stevens still in 8th, Shellback in 7th, and as they head through the final corner, Sebastian Job, we were saying at the top of the evening that he doesn't usually do well at Silverstone. He is going to take race 71 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship, and not just that, it is a 1-2-3 once again for Apex Racing TV. They did it at Watkins Glen, they do it again here at Silverstone National. Jamie Rushworth 4th, David Baker in 5th, Andreas Katz 6th, Shellback 7th, Stevens in 8th, 9th Pete Newman, 10th it is Jamie Fluke. I think as they come across the line, no it isn't, in 10th position it is Wojciech Svidovic, so Svidovic is able to gain a few positions on that final lap.
There's some great battles going on out there as well, people just not giving up all the way to the back. 34th place, they're still nose to tail as well, so just 29 seconds behind our leaders. So most of the field spread, to be honest, is just literally that field spread. There's only small gaps between everyone now, so great, great racing. We thought it would be a little bit more feisty, and it certainly was that. There was some bumping and some banging here and there, and a couple of drivers got turned. Great shot of the Grip TV trio out there right now. But yeah, for the most part, I have to say, just good racing. Such close proximity again from everyone out there. It's not easy to race that close, and yeah, they've done a great job.
This Kia Optimum always provides great racing, and we've seen it in bucket loads this season. And Apex Racing TV, Alex, another 1-2-3. This is going to do your team's championship a world of good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know we're in a position where we're really... Oh, as Seb just steams into the pit lane. I think we know we've got no real chance of getting into the showdown, but certainly would like to close the gap so we're a lot closer. Makes a big difference now that we've got a full field of cars out there as well, so 5 cars able to compete rather than just sort of like the 2 or 3 we had right at the start of the season.
Well, let's run you through the finishing order then from the second race of the evening here at Silverstone. Sebastian Job takes his win to second place for Lee Thompson, and Jake Blackhall in 3rd. Sebastian Job's 10th win of the season. 4th, Jamie Rushworth from 15th on the grid. Fantastic job from him. 5th, David Baker. 6th, Andreas Katz. 17th, Michael Shellback. 8th, Kip Stevens. 9th, Pete Newman. 10th, Wojciech Svidovic. 11th, Stelin Chepelewski. 12th, Daniel Kraft. 13th, Jamie Fluke. 14th, Daniel Hunt. 15th, Laura Bond. 16th, Alex Smolensky. 17th, Ben Palmer. 18th, it is Sharon Kaiser. 19th, Paul Smith, and 20th, Robert Plumley. 21st, Linus Bostrom. 22nd, Simon Field. 23rd, Steve Richardson. 24th, Lee Berridge, Rob Fagg, 25th, Lee Berridge. 26th, Steve Hefford. 27th, John Roberts. 28th, Scott Malcolm. 29th, Steve Walker. 30th, Julian Janowski. 31st, Jay Wright. 32nd, Mike Mason. 33rd, it is Andrew Brown. And then in 34th position, it is Timo Vesendal with Colin Cunniff 25th, Brian Blackford 36th. Sorry, Robert Graham 36th, 37th Brian Blackford, 38th Charlie Sears, 39th Ray Alfala, 40th Dan Blake, 41st Stephen Burke, and then the cars one lap down or more. 42nd Russell Laidler, 43rd Ewa Pekalami, 44th Chaz Dracup, 45th Richard Gore, 46th Matthew Bunn, and then 47th, 19 laps down, Martin van Loozenord.
He has something happened to Martin at the start. I think I saw him drop way to the back. There was something again right on the first lap that was a little bit further back. It's always difficult when they start checking up there. Interesting, you just start to see a little bit of the line form up through Cops again. So just that short race there, but all those cars just whacking the rubber down. It's makes quite a difference. It'll be interesting to see if this will carry over. I think it'll be reset again, won't it, for the next race? So Be interesting to see what we get. Dynamic weather as well, so cars seem to react very, very similar to the last race. So yeah, it's going to be a good final race, I think, Adam.
Yeah, the dynamic weather once again playing its part. I think that might have helped the drivers get that run on the outside of Luffield, which we saw countless times during race 2 tonight. No safety cars yet. We haven't seen a safety car so far. Will we see one in race 3? We will find out pretty shortly. Let's have a look at the cars that are eligible then for the reverse grid draw. As always, 15 down to 26th. Laura Bond, 15th, 16th Alex Smolensky, 17th Ben Palmer, 18th Sharon Kaiser, 19th Paul Smith, 20th Robert Plumley, 21st Linus Bostrom, 22nd Simon Field, 23rd Steve Richardson, 24th Rob Fagg, 25th Lee Berridge, and then 26th Steve Hefford. So who's going to be on the pole position? Over to you, Alex.
Let's bring up the Wheel of Fortune once again, see where we're at. Obviously we can see the spin from the last time, where we'll go from there. Here we go. Who's going to get it? 26 is gone. It's a small one. 16. No, 24th.
That means
easily 24th.
It is Rob Fagg on pole position. He took a race 3 win at Watkins Glen after holding off. Who was he holding off? He managed to hold off someone very well, and he is going to be on pole position with Steve Richardson second, Simon Field in third. So after having 2 bad races, well, 1 bad race and a race of recovery, he is now going to be starting third on the grid for the final race. Linus Bostrom 4th and Robert Plumley in 5th. Could be an interesting one, Alex, here. The likes of Paul Smith, Robert Plumley, Simon Field. It's going to be interesting because those guys could be in with a shout of taking their first win of the season.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, could be a surprise. I mean, we saw that just on that last race how difficult it was to overtake, seasoned drivers that find themselves towards the front a lot of the time as well. Just really struggling to get by when the car ahead's got the draft as well, and then of course they come under attack from behind themselves, and all of a sudden, they drop back. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out for sure.
There was one stat we were picking up a few weeks ago. How surprising it was that the pole position winner never seemed to take a race victory. However, tonight both pole position drivers have taken the race victories. Will we see the same in race 3? Join us in a few moments where the third race of the evening here at the Silverstone circuit will be getting underway. Don't go anywhere.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the Silverstone circuit and for race 3 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship, race number 72 of the season, 24 cars reversed as always, and in just under 3 minutes we'll be going down to the grid to get the race underway. Whoa, as Richard Gore goes for a ride, as do some of the Apex Racing TV cars going into Cops. Let's have a look at the car starting on pole position. Let's have a look at the car starting on pole position. Robert Fagg is on pole with Steve Richardson second, Simon Field third, Linus Bostrom fourth, Robert Plumley fifth, Paul Smith sixth, Jerome Kaiser seventh, Ben Palmer 8th, Alex Malensky 9th, Laura Bond 10th, Daniel Hunt 11th, Jamie Fluke in 12th, 13th Daniel Kraft, 14th Delian Chepelevsky, 15th Wojciech Savidovic, 16th Pete Newman, 17th Kip Stevens, 18th Michael Schellbach, 19th Andreas Katz, 20th David Baker, 21st Jamie Rushworth, 22nd Jake Blackhall, 23rd Lee Thompson, 24th our race 2 winner Sebastian Job, 25th Lee Berridge, 26th Steve Hefford, 27th John Roberts, 28th Scott Malcolm, 29th Steve Walker, and 30th is Julian Janowski, 31st Jay Wright, 32nd Mike Mason, 33rd Andrew Brown, 34th Timo Vasendal, 35th Colin Cunniff, 36th Robert Graham, 37th Ryan Blackford, 38th Charlie Sears, 39th Rayal Fowler, 40th Dan Blake, 41st Stephen Burke, 42nd Russell Layla, 43rd Yua Pekalami, 44th Chaz Draker, 45th Richard Gore, 46th Matthew Bunn, and 47th Martin Van Loosenord. Alex, the track conditions have carried over from the previous 2 races. That means the track will have more marbles on it than we've seen all through tonight. And of course the dynamic weather we were saying before the commercial break is going to throw another variable into the equation as well. So with the reverse grid, 24 cars reversed, we've got all the ingredients for quite a cracker.
Yeah, I think this will be a great race actually. Just looking at that grid as you were calling it out, I think there's going to be some interesting battles going through. It's going to be really difficult for some of the quick guys coming through again. You've got Savidovic in an ideal place perhaps to be able to make it towards the front as well and get himself another podium. So there's going to be, it's going to be interesting for sure as we see a couple of cars just getting together there coming out of Cops.
Well, Robert Fagg took a victory in race 3 at Watkins Glen. Simon Field, he took a string of victories mid-season. And Linus Bostrom, I don't think he's won a race back since Movie Go's title-winning season in season 4. So quite a few guys in need of a win. Robert Plumley is a race winner in the series as well. Jerome Kaiser a race winner as well, but not since season 6. So quite a few guys out to take a first win in quite a while as the warm-up sessions is just finishing. We'll run you through the championship standings. They've just been updated going into this race. And David Baker's just closed in on Savidovic a little bit, 10 points basically, 595 points is the deficit. Stalin Chepelevsky in 3rd, 10 points now between Rushworth and Smolensky in 4th and 5th. And tying on points, Simon Field and Sebastian Jobe in 9th position. And this knocks Kip Stevens outside the top 10. He is now 6 points behind Sebastian Jobe. So if he gets a good result in this race, he is starting ahead of them, I do believe, on the grid. He could get back inside that top 10 showdown. And if Kip Stevens stays in that position, I don't know if he will be in a wild card position. We'll look at that after the race. Cars coming down to the grid then. Alex, can you put a bet on who's going to win?
Nope. No way.
No, neither can I.
I wouldn't even want to waste my money.
I think if I was going to put the most absurd bet down, I think Robert Fagg, because as long as he gets a good start, we saw Sebastian Jobe able to do that, he could get a shot at winning this one.
And would this be the first time in history of the BSRTC for pole sitter to take victory in every race?
Could be first time this season. Race 72 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship is underway.
Slow start from one of the STEM sim cars there on the left hand side of the screen. I think that was Palmer, was it? Very, very slow, but everybody else seemed to get away good. There's many cars on the grass in the background as well.
But they're all able to make it through Woodcote. So many cars having to take that. As Stalin Chepelevsky off. He's into that pit lane slip road like David Coulthard did about 15 or so years ago. Down into the Maggots and Beckett's, all trying to source each other out. Bit of contact I do here. There's that white card, which I think is Pete Newman. For some reason his livery's not showing up, but 3 wide heading down the straight. Apex Racing TV, Stalin Chepelevsky, and that new Homes Digital car as well of Jamie Rushworth. They all need to source each other out going into the Brooklands corner for the first time. Sebastian Jobe down the inside of Jamie Rushworth. He's got the position back Rushworth gets out of control on the cold tyres. Even in these conditions, the Kia Optima still is a bit of a handful on the cold tyres, and Rushworth and Jobe still side by side, Alex, as they come out of Luffield, but Jobe is just able to get the position. Yeah,
and we've got a car in the pit lane there. I'm not sure who that is.
I think it might be, is that Richardson, I think? No, Richardson's still out there, and I think it might be Jamie Fluke, I think.
Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, it looks like it is Jamie. So just serving something, maybe as a penalty or something that we didn't pick up on. He's serving this battle still extremely close, 3 wide. Oh, Pete just gets a little tag. Somehow they avoid massive collision. That was good from Jamie there. He saw that obviously he just tagged Pete there, and instead of forcing the issue and just pushing like so many would normally do, gave Pete enough room to collect his car back up, and they all carry on their way.
Paul Smith had a bit of a problem there. He's now dropped a ton of positions. He's down outside the top 20. There was a bit of contact, I think, in Maggots and Beckett's. Now Sebastian Jobe setting his sights on the STEM Sim racing car of David Baker. Andreas Katz in front of them. But look at this gaggle. We've got Daniel Hunt in the GT Omega car trying to get past Robert Plumley. This is a battle for 9th and 10th on the racetrack, and down the inside they both go on Ben Palmer, Laura Bond closing in, and here comes Wojciech Savidovic to get past Laura Bond in that New Homes digital car, and cuts across there, does Ben Palmer, to try and stop the GT Omega car getting through. Two Simpson racing cars here trying to hold off GT Omega racer Daniel Hunt, with Wojciech Savidovic holding on from Laura Bond behind, and here comes Michael Schell back as well. Savidovic and Bond.
Collision layer further back. Lee Thompson, I think, involved in that one. Massive into the Arco. Looks like his race might be done. Let's just take a quick little look at that on replay as we spotted it, just to see what that was. So we look like we were 3 wide, well, 2 by 2 going into the right hander. It's filtered out, and actually it looks like that's odd, because it's going to be quarter panel. Every time. and
that's affected Lee Thompson's race somewhat, and Daniel Hunt and Wojciech Savidovic battling once again as they start lap number 4. Savidovic to the inside in the Engine Oils direct car. Car off, took one car off in a big way. I think that was a friction racing car, and it is stuck on the exit. It's Andreas Katz. It's a Leo Bonner racing car. Andreas Katz, who was having a pretty good evening up to now, is now got a bit of damage, well, substantial amount of damage, and I think he's going to take the car back to the pit lane. He can't drive it back. That is not what Andreas Katz wanted, Alex.
Just having a quick look, see what happened was there were. Oh, he's just up the inside. I don't see what. Let's have a look. It's going to be the same, isn't it? They're going to just run out wide into each other. Exactly that. Look at that every time. That's just what happens when you're on the inside there, and if you run the risk of coming across somebody, you just have to be aware of that. You put yourself in such danger. You'd think some of these guys, the veterans of the series, would really know now and just make sure they leave room on the outside there. That's twice in just as many laps, really. We've lost top 10 driver there to the same incident.
Quarter panel is the danger as Linus Bostrom goes wide, and his teammate Jerome Kaiser is through on the exit of Beckett's, and here comes Alex Smolensky to try and capitalise as well. He's got the better straight line speed, surely, on the exit of Beckett's. He looks to the inside, does the Laser Tools car on the Engine Oils direct car. Has to get on the brakes there, as Linus Bostrom was really going all over the racetrack, and he's going very deep into Brooklands, and Smolensky will go around the outside into Luffield. I think he has got the line. As we've seen so far tonight, the outside line does seem to work through Luffield. Smolensky's starting to force the issue side by side through Woodcote, Alex.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to carry a lot of speed around the outside of Copse if he's going to complete this. He will get the slipstream from the Engine Oil direct car ahead if he can do that. Again, we've seen just Bostrom just gives enough room there for Smolensky. Doesn't touch him, so Smolensky's through. Good move around the outside of Copse.
That was a move that was set up all the way back at Brooklands a lap ago, and now Smolensky is up into 5th position. And now Robert Plumley is now going to try and get past Linus Bostrom just a bit too far back. At the same time, up at the front of the pack, Simon Field starting to get ever closer to the back of Robert Fagg. Robert Fagg driving for Team Carnage took a victory at Watkins Glen in race 3. Simon Field eager to take another win to help him when the showdown gets underway. He is right on the back of the Carnage car as they head through the final corner of Woodcote, starting lap number 7. Let's have a look at the gap between this pair. 1/10 of a second as they head into turn 1, Copse corner. Very fast corner indeed, even in these Kia Optimas. Field is in the slipstream. Is he close enough to get a move done into Maggots and Beckett's? Just drops a bit further back, and I think he's too far back really to get anything done there. No, he is. Savidovic though still under pressure from Ben Palmer. Palmer trying to get a good run on the exit of Beckett's. Let's see what the STEM Sim driver can do. He's in the slipstream as the season 6 champion. He's got Daniel Hunt for company as well. This is a battle for 7th, 8th and 9th on the racetrack. 8th, 9th and 7th, 8th and 9th as Daniel Hunt goes into the back of Ben Palmer there.
Yeah, Palmer will not be happy about that one. I've heard of a bump and run before, but that looked like a smash and grab.
And Palmer still holds on, but Hunt will have the run through Woodcote in the slipstream. We don't often see overtakes going into Copse, and I think Daniel Hunt will be aware of that. stays a little bit further back so he can try and get the run on the exit, but this has allowed Michael Schellbach to get a run in that GT Omega car. The two teammates here battling it out. Schellbach, this is his first race meeting for GT Omega. Down the inside goes Daniel Hunt just to cover off Schellbach, really, and I don't think this is what he wants, his teammate trying to get involved in this battle.
Everybody there just running a little bit wide on the exit as well. That's Sebastian Job, I think, behind Stellion, so he's working his way through, and it looks like actually might be a change of position. Oh, there's Brostrom, very, very wide. He's going to rejoin behind his teammate there. Let's take a quick look at that back and see what happened there as well, because he was all kinds of sideways.
Yeah, and he's let Robert Plumley through and his teammate Wojciech Savidovic through. So Bostrom, who was in 6th, is now down to 8th position, losing 2 positions on that lap, Alex.
I can see he's going to have perhaps a little nerf or something like that from behind one of the STEM sim cars there. Oh, well, it's just a bit side-by-side contact there. Unfortunate for sure. They were both lucky to survive completely, I think, intact, so no damage there on either car, it appears, and you can start to see the marble starting to form on the outside of Luffield as well, so that's going to come into play. It's been tricky to overtake all race meeting, but now the marbles are there. We heard from the drivers last week that actually when you get on them, they are treacherous.
Battle for 4th place between Jerome Kaiser and Alex Smolensky. Smolensky did this move a few laps ago, but it's just not able to work for him. Jerome Kaiser just had that much of an advantage. Jerome Kaiser having another fantastic race. Best of the rest in 4th position at the moment as they come across the line. He's having to defend from Smolensky though, and Jerome Kaiser, a veteran in the series, knows what Alex Smolensky is like. Down the inside into Copse goes Kaiser just to maintain that line, but he's going to run out wide and cuts across in front of Smolensky. Just had enough time to do that. Smolensky's got good straight line speed though on the exit of Copse. Savidovic and Plumley battling at the same time as well behind them. Smolensky around the outside. Kaiser will still nudge it up down the inside on the exit of Beckett's. And now it's going to be all about the straight line speed for both of these positions, Alex. 2 by 2 down the back straight.
Yeah, it looks like Savidovic probably going to have to go around the outside and try and hold it for Luffield. Looks like Smolensky as well managed to make it. Oh, that's not going to be good.
I think Plumley didn't know that Savidovic was already alongside, and Savidovic gives him a little bit of a nudge for his troubles. And on the exit of Luffield, Savidovic surely will be able to get past Robert Plumley. Plumley on the outside, Savidovic on the inside. Engine Oils Direct versus STEM Sim Racing, and Savidovic should be through into 6th position. Plumley still turns across when Savidovic was still alongside, but that has all sorted each other out now. Savidovic now gains another position.
Battle for the lead still pretty tasty as well. Robert Fagg able to hold on for the moment. Steve Richardson just behind them is not too far away. This is a great drive from Steve. We haven't really picked up on the fact that he's just sat there nicely in 3rd place for New Homes Digital there, and what a great job he's doing. 3 seconds advantage over Smolensky. He's lapping about half a second a lap slower than Smolensky, so he will get caught, but if he can just try and tag onto the slipstream of these two drivers ahead, he might be able to hold on.
Sure, yeah, Savidovic in 6th. What's the gap between those two? Kaiser and Savidovic, just a second. And as you're saying there, Alex, yeah, he could latch onto that slipstream if he just gets a little bit closer. Kaiser still keeping distance with Alex Smolensky. We're on lap 12 of the race, so 10 laps to go in this 3rd race of the evening. Selin Chepelevsky and Daniel Hunt battling here. Sorry, Ben Palmer and Dan Hunt. This is the battle for 9th and 10th on the racetrack. Hunt down the inside of the STEM Sim Racing car, and I think that is a done deal. Let's see if Ben Palmer can nudge it back down the inside into Brooklands though. They are side by side, but I think the GT Omega car has got the straight line speed, and I think it's a done deal. No, Palmer back down the inside, so he isn't giving up here. Palmer though will have the outside for Luffield, and Michael Schellbach in the GT Omega car could be down the inside as well, so Palmer could be about to be losing 2 places to GT Omega cars, and he has, I think. Yeah, so Schellbach through into 10th, Dan Hunt down to 11th.
Yeah, good driving from them there. Looked like they hunted as a bit of a pack kind of thing and got their way past the STEM Sim racing car there.
And now here comes Laura Bond to try and get past Ben Palmer as well. Palmer cutting across, making sure that Bond isn't able to get a lunge down the inside into Beckett. And he hasn't, but Palmer, look how close he is onto the back of Shellback. He gets a good run through Beckett's there, but Shellback will get that straight line speed down the straights. Back at the front of the pack though, Savidovic through, or is he? Kaiser hits Savidovic, 2 teammates there, and Savidovic, if he's not careful, he's on the marbles, and he's going to just survive. He's just remains on the racetrack, and now he's back down the inside of his teammate again. Jerome Kaiser, don't know whether he's just like trying to play the team game here and allow Savidovic through, but he's not doing a very good job of it, because now here comes Robert Plumley, Alex.
Yeah, we sang his praise in the first race, but he nearly had a bit of a brain fart moment there. Oh, he's having to defend really heavily from Plumley as well. Very late move, and it looks like Savidovic just got a little bit hot in there as well. Oh, this could be interesting.
Into Magnus and Beckett's 2x2. Kaiser will lunge it down the inside surely, because he has got the inside line. Plumley will get forced out wide. But Kaiser needs to be careful. We've seen that quarter panel incident so many times tonight. He's just clear and he's able to get past Robert Plumley. But Plumley will be back on the offensive straight away as they head down the Wellington Straight, down towards Brooklands. Down the inside he goes. Who's later on the brakes? It's Plumley. But will Kaiser try and maintain the inside line into Luffield? That's not going to end well. They get turned around. But Plumley puts his foot to the floor and he's disqualified. Robert Plumley has been disqualified.
I'm sorry, that was I think Jeroen's got to take a bit of responsibility there as well as Rob. I don't think Rob did anything real wrong there. Jeroen knew that he needed to stay around the outside. Rob went in perhaps a tiny little bit hot, didn't leave him enough room out there, but once that had happened he didn't run off the track, Rob, but Jeroen still tried to force the move up the inside of Luffield, and unfortunately a contact was inevitable there, so perhaps a bit over aggressive there from Jeroen.
Wonder if Kaiser will be expecting a penalty for the next race meeting at Suzuka. Anyway, this means that Savidovic is now into 5th position, 6th Linus Bostrom, 7th Daniel Hunt, 18th Michael Shellback, 9th is still Jerome Kaiser, and then in 10th position it is Laura Bond. Hunt now looking down the inside of Bostrom. When we get to the line we'll be starting lap 16. Hunt leaves the door open a little bit there for Shellback, but I think Shellback didn't want to get down the inside there and possibly jeopardise his teammates' race. After all, Hunt is in with a shout at the championship. Over the line we go then, on to lap 16. What's going down at the front of this pack? Still Simon Field in 2nd place with Rob Fagg in 1st. 0.3 of a second separated them when they came across the line. I wonder if Simon Field is playing a bit of a waiting game here, Alex.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've seen time and time again, it's not easy to actually get a move done, especially if you're very even on pace. I'll just show you if I can bring up the speeds actually for a second as well, because there's not a huge advantage on the slipstream. We see it now, just perhaps a kilometre an hour by the time they reach the braking zone. So it's not particularly easy if you're very, very similar pace to the driver ahead, and we know how quick Robert Fagg is. So I think, yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I wouldn't like to call it. Richardson's still doing a great job in 3rd place.
Kaiser's in the walls again, battling with Shellback, and Shellback's through, but Kaiser's lost another position to Laura Bond. So Jerome Kaiser, whilst he's trying to put up a bit of a fight, he's continuing to lose places. Now coming under pressure from Sebastian Job and the GT Mega car Stellan Chepelewski as they come across the line.
Yeah, Chepelewski perhaps got a little bit of a run. No, in fact, it was Job who has a little look on Kaiser there. Kaiser just runs out wide. He's going to be very close to his instant limit as well at this point. It's almost time to concede and just batten down the hatches and score some points otherwise for the team. Otherwise, a 0 points is not going to be what they want right now.
Jimmy Rushworth's the next car to try and get past Jerome Kaiser. At the same time, GT Omega versus STEM Racing, Ben Palmer and Stellan Chepelewski. Those colour schemes on those two cars, very hard to distinguish. Down the inside there goes Kaiser. He's still battling hard with Jamie Rushworth. Rushworth will hang it out around the outside of Brooklands. Comes up back down the inside of Kaiser. Is there going to be a little bit of contact here? Rushworth just gets through. Kaiser still on the outside though. He doesn't want to pick up a 1X or an off track. That's what he needs to worry about as they come across the line. He's still alongside the Season 4 champion, but Rushworth should be able to cut across now. He should have the position. Will Kaiser still try and get the battle? He needs to watch out because here comes Pete Newman behind.
Yeah, Pete got again just another driver just biding his time. I think out there, he knows what he needs to do for Pete Media. They've got an outside chance of getting back into the showdown at the end of the season, but the rest of his team really haven't turned up today. So not sure if that's pretty much going to rule him out for the end of the season now.
Well, Simon Field's still in second place for Pete Newman Media. I wonder if he's going to be able to get a challenge. We were saying that it could be a waiting game for him, but the gap's gone up to nearly half a second in the past lap or so. When we get to the line, we'll be on lap number 19. Not too long to go before we see the checker flag. Daniel Hunt still in 6th position. Linus Bostrom 7th, 8th. Michael Schellbach. Schellbach trying to get past that grey Engine Oils Direct car. Lap 19 now. So just 3 laps to go for Schellbach to try and get 7th position. He takes a wide line on entry and then gets the cut back on the exit. Let's see if he can get the run on Bostrom. Bostrom has raced around the circuit countless times before in the early days of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship back in season 4, where Movie Go Racing were the team's champions. Oh, Schellbach hits him. Gets the Linus Bostrom a little bit nerfed off there and down the back straight towards Brooklands. Schellbach is in the slipstream. Can he get it done, Alex?
He's gonna, a very late move if he does. We know how good he is on the brakes. Look at that in the braking zone. Great commitment through there. Bostrom just run out a little bit wide. Perhaps the marbles now making that much harder to stay around the outside. And yeah, so job done. Great move.
Notice there that Michael Schellbach's running claret and blue numbers on his GT Omega car, so good on him. 2 laps to go then. Here, Simon Field has really started to lose it. 9/10 of a second, the gap between Robert Fagg and Simon Field. So Robert Fagg at the moment is on course to take his 2nd win of the season. Steve Richardson in 3rd. Now, going to commend Steve Richardson. That is a fantastic job from him. Haven't seen him that high in many races, so good job from him. Smolenski 4th, Savidovic 5th, Daniel Hunt in 6th, with his teammate Michael Schellbach in 7th, Linus Bostrom in 8th, but for how much longer? Because here is Laura Bond. She wants that 8th place. She's all over the back of that Engine Oils Direct car. New Homes Digital driver Laura Bond down the inside. Is that a done deal into Brooklands? Bostrom's going to be on the outside and they nearly come close to contact, and here comes Sebastian Job to try and get in the mix as well as they head through Brooklands and onto the final lap. Can Sebastian Job get that 9th place?
Yeah, I think Seb will want another top 10 today. That's the important thing, to make sure that he keeps moving forward in the points championship. But this little gaggle here is where it's all at. There's a few battles going on further back. Just to quickly pick up one, Steve Walker and Dan Kraft going into turn 1 right now. It looks like Kraft gets Walker. That's yeah, good overtake there. Pretty standard stuff through Copst, although Kraft trying to fight it back. Sorry, Walker trying to fight back there on the outside. That's that one could continue to fight. I've got to switch back to the leader as he's coming around Luffield though.
So Rob Faggy took a race-free victory at Watkins Glen earlier in the season. Race 72 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship goes to Robert Fagg, his 2nd win of the season. Simon Field 2nd, Steve Richardson, a fantastic job from him in 3rd. Alex Smolenski 4th, Savidovic 5th, Hunt 6th, 7th Schellbach, 8th is Bostrom, 9th is Sebastian Job. He got the move done on Laura Bond. He finishes 9th. 10th is Laura Bond, Stelian Chepelevsky 11th, Jamie Rushworth 12th, Jerome Kaiser manages to not pick up any more incidents, finishes 13th, Pete Newman 14th, 15th Kip Stevens, 16th for Ben Palmer, 17th Jake Blackhall, 18th David Baker, 19th Steve Walker and Lee Berrigan 20th. Alex, fantastic job from Robert Fagg. He managed to hold on to the lead the entire race.
Yeah, great job. Looked like he come under a little pressure. Still some battles coming across the line. But yeah, did a great job out there. And I think, like you said, certainly the first time this season that the pole sitters won each race as well. So I just can't remember it happening in any other time that I've actually commentated on the BSR. And that's quite a few seasons now.
And this is not going to be good for Kip Stevens' chances of getting back inside the top 10, I don't think. Kip Stevens finishing down in 15th, but Sebastian Job and Sebastian Job finishing in 9th position. We'll have to wait to see what the championship standings look like, but Kip Stevens could be dropping outside that top 10. He'll have to rely on those wildcard spots if he remains outside the top 10 to try and get in that showdown position. Well, let's run you through the finishing order then from the final race of the evening here at Silverstone. Rob Vag the winner. Second, Simon Field. Steve Richardson third. Alex Smolensky fourth. Wojciech Savidovic fifth. Dan Hunt sixth. Michael Schauback seventh. Linus Bostrom eighth. Sebastian Job ninth. Laura Bondin 10th. Stelian Shepelevsky 11th. Jamie Rushworth 12th. Sharon Kaiser 13th. 14th, Pete Newman. 15th, it is Kip Stevens. 16th, Ben Palmer. 17th, it is Jake Blackhall. 18th, David Baker. 19th, Steve Walker. And Lee Berridge rounds out the top 20. John Roberts 21st, Paul Smith 22nd, Mike Mason 23rd, Chaz Drake at 24th, Andrew Brown 25th, Jamie Fluke 26th, Martin van Loozenord from 46th on the grid 27th, Richard Gore 28th, Stephen Burke 29th, Steve Hefford 30th, 31st, Brian Blackford 32nd, Robert Graham 33rd, Scott Malcolm 34th, Julian Janowski 35th, Lee Thompson 36th, Dan Blake, and then the cars one lap down or more. 37th, Daniel Kraft. So I think Kraft might have got disqualified on the last lap or something, Alex, because he was battling with Walker. Yeah. 38th, Jay Wright. 39th, Robert Plumley. 40th, Matthew Bunn. 41st, Russell Laidler. 42nd, Timo Versendel. 43rd, Andreas Katz having that contact, that quarter panel earlier in the race. 44th, Colin Cunniff. 45th, Ewa Pekalami. And then 46th, Charlie Sears.
Three great races tonight, Adam. And we know we haven't got an awful lot of time tonight, so any drivers wanting to come in for an interview, just a heads up, we've got a one interview that we're going to do with Sean Cole in a second, but then we're going to have to wrap the stream up pretty quickly, so apologies for that. We'll try and touch base with you all next week. Shall we drag Sean down? I hope he's ready.
Yeah, Sean Cole. I don't think he was racing in race 3, but we saw him earlier in the evening. Let's have a quick word with him. Sean Cole joins us in the commentary box. Sean, your first race meeting in the BSRTC, how was it?
Hey there, Sean. Maybe got some hardware failure or something like that. Oh, Sean, get those sponsors to supply you a decent headset. Let's have you.
Well,
hello?
Oh, there we go.
I'm sorry, I kind of got put down in this channel and wasn't even aware of it.
Ah, there we go. Well, really to put you on the spot then, welcome to the commentary channel, and yeah, first meeting in the BSRTC, Sean. How was it?
I don't know. It was a little like a mixed martial art fight, I think. It was definitely racing. It was definitely, it was tough. It was a tough battle. I was at the back third of the grid. I think I was a little faster than a lot of people I was around, but oh wow, just you can't get away from people. Such a small track, so it was a lot of bumping and banging, and then a lot of recovering on my part, or attempted recovering.
Obviously, this is the first time you've been in it as well. The Kia obviously got its own official series now as well. I mean, from a from a sim enthusiast, great to see a league like this obviously on TV, and they're funded, got 10k up for grabs as well. I mean, something pretty new for sim racing and league racing especially, don't you think?
Absolutely, and I mean, just from the driver's perspective, I can only imagine what it's like watching it on TV, because from what I saw, this was going on all the way through the grid. It was just, whether you're at the front, the middle, or the back, you just had constant fights going on, and a lot of in and out battles, and just really incredible racing.
We know you obviously do a lot with the IndyCar at the moment, but are you tempted to have a little play in the Kia after tonight?
I am. It's funny you say that. The IndyCar, everything is so serious, and in the end, everything becomes about microseconds. And, I lost tens of seconds just off the driving line and banging with people today. So it just shows you the polar opposite of Indy. And it was a lot of fun. And the IndyCar, with as serious as it is, without results, fun doesn't come to mind. Whereas, I don't know, I finished near last here, and it was still a lot of fun.
That's what it's all about, I think. So with that in mind, might we see you in some of the closing rounds of the season?
Yeah, I'd like to get out there another time. I mean, having 50 cars on the field at once, and that makes it really exciting. And maybe at a slightly bigger track, or maybe a little more can be spread out.
I think you just caught it at the one of the sort of worst meetings for a nice short track. Obviously, Silverstone National. It's very, very tight every time we've been here. But of course, we've been to Spa, and we've had Monza as well, and they've been absolutely fantastic races.
Yeah, we've got Suzuka next week as well.
Yeah, and Suzuka, there's a good one. I turned a lap or two in the car. I'll confess, I looked at the next race just to see what's up.
So it's not the short Suzuka, is it?
No, we're racing at the Grand Prix circuit.
Oh, well, that'd be great. First time I've seen the series go to the Grand Prix one, so yeah, that'll be an epic race as well. So, yeah, might we say you've already done some practice, so we might already be tempting you for that one as well.
Oh, to say the least, I'm definitely tempted.
Right, well, thanks for popping it. I say popping in, being shoved in for a quick word. I appreciate that, and we're going to have to wrap the show up. Very short close of the show tonight, but always a pleasure to speak to you, Sean, and glad you had a lot of fun out there. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you back at Suzuka.
Yeah, you probably will. And thanks for your patience or waiting for me to realize I was here.
No worries. See you then, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Great to hear that from Sean Cole. Yeah, Alex, Suzuka next week. We had, I think memories go back to season 6, where we had one of the best races in BSRTC history, that time racing on the East circuit. Am I right? This time we're racing on the Grand Prix circuit, so opens up a whole load of different challenges.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Actually, I'm really looking forward to see how that's going to be. So, I mean, Suzuka's not an easy track to overtake in any car, but I have to say, I think these Kias are going to be able to do the odd move going into like 130R and things like that. Just going to be a long enough run into there to do that. So that's going to be interesting to watch them go through there, through the final chicane as well, into turn 1. It's going to be very exciting. Again, I just want to apologise to the drivers who are all jumping down into the Ready for Interview channel. We have to cut the race, the sort of post-race show really short tonight, so do apologise, but we won't be able to get you. But Paul, Steve, Wojciech, all you guys, will make sure we pick you up next week.
Yeah, and I think that's all that's left to say from me and Alex. Thank you for watching. Andrew Woodhouse will be back with us next week, where we'll continue this crazy championship that is the BSR-TC. From all of us here, Apex Racing TV, iRacing Live, thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.